We're putting the focus on Bay Area athletes.
It's not just competition with others, it's also competition with myself.
From stories of inspiration.
My mom is my role model. My mom has really helped me persevere and develop that relentlessness.
To hard work and perseverance.
Everything isn't going to be given to you. You have to work hard for it.
We're highlighting accomplishments that don't always get the recognition they deserve. Sports Focus starts right now.
Welcome to an all-new episode of Sports Focus. I'm Christina Rondon, and we are starting the show with a major flex by two teens in Oakland. Call them weightlifting wonders. Full ride scholarships being offered. They're not even close to graduation. Just goes to show you the power they have in their sport. One is a freshman, the other a sophomore, and a college is already calling. 14-year-old Robert Whitlock and 15-year-old Rucker Johnson are seeing the benefits of their hard work pay off. The two train at Speed Power Strength in Oakland and are a part of the gym's nonprofit program, the Lift Us Foundation. It empowers the next generation of superheroes using strength training and weightlifting. Robert says he's the #1 weightlifter in the country for his age and weight class and the weight class above.
Robert, what'd you come here to do? Win.
Here he is at the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio earlier this year, winning by more than 30 kilos and setting records in his weight class in Northern California. He can lift 123 kilos in the clean and jerk, a big improvement from last year.
Out of nowhere, I just skyrocketed to the top, and I feel really great about that. I knew I was gonna do something great, but I just didn't know exactly what it was going to be.
Rucker is coming off 2 competitions in a row. He can lift 129 kilos in the clean and jerk and 102 kilos in the snatch.
I won the Arnold's for my age and weight class.
So you won the whole thing?
I think I was surprised and excited at the same time. I'm never really expecting to get first. I'm just trying to do my best.
When they show up at meets, they show up well. They put up big weights, they put on a display.
That's exactly what caught the attention of Aaron Adams, head coach of the LSU Shreveport weightlifting team.
I called everyone together. The families were there, the boys were there, and he just walked up and said, introduced himself. He said, I'm from LSU, and he shook their hands. He said, I would like to officially make you an offer to come to college here.
And he told us that he was giving us a college offer. And I was like, oh, we're getting a college offer. I was very surprised. I don't think like I was excited until like a few hours after, because I was still I was shocked.
I thought he was joking at first. I thought he was joking, and I didn't know whether to take this seriously. I didn't know how to feel, because it was like mixed emotions, because I'm a freshman.
It's a full ride for each, if they want it, upon graduation.
And I was just like, what? Really? I can't believe that this is happening. Like, I just was stunned and amazed.
Just to know that we have this to start from. I mean, we're starting from the top. Like, how much better can it get? LSU said this is unprecedented.
It's incredible to have a college offer for a freshman and sophomore in Oakland. I don't think it definitely hasn't happened ever for weightlifting, and definitely not something of their age either.
Coach Mike Jenkins says LSU produced the USA's last 3-time Olympian weightlifter, Kendrick Ferris.
LSU is one of the most prestigious colleges for weightlifting. They've produced multiple Olympians and champions. They have a program not just about weightlifting, but about science, the science of weightlifting. They do a lot of lab testing there. A lot of international teams go to LSU to train there as well.
Rucker's mom, Candace Johnson, and Robert's mom, Missouri Whitlock, say the scholarship offers are a testament to the good work at Speed Power Strength. They credit the coaches for tailoring their approach to each athlete, saying they're invested in how the boys are doing academically, socially, and even with family wellness and nutrition.
This gym that we stand in is a place of transformation. I can't say enough about how important this place is for just like a whole family to come and really be fed in so many ways.
This gym is our family. This gym is our community.
Robert and Rucker plan to keep on going and growing.
It's been a lot of work, yeah, but it's all fun.
knowing they hold the power to lift their futures up.
I'm really happy and appreciative of getting an offer from LSU, and so far right now that's kind of where I'm headed.
I don't know if I'm going to go there yet, but I'll definitely consider it.
I never want to stop doing weightlifting. I always want to, regardless if it's full-time or not, I just want to always do weightlifting.
It's proof that our program works. There's a lot going on, especially in Oakland. You know, people complain about how things are going, but they're not paying attention to things in Oakland that actually works. And this program is something that works. It's turning out young heroes, young superheroes, and it's something that people should get behind.
Congratulations to them. All right, the best high school basketball players took the floor at the Toyota Center in Houston for the McDonald's All-American game earlier this month. Take a look here. Darion Reed of Napa Christian's prolific prep was one of 3 players from the West team roster. Reed scoring the lone hoop for the trio on this tough drive and layup there. We first met these 2 young men last month on Sports Focus. Reed and Aiden Sherrill are Alabama bound in the fall. Zoom Diallo is going to the University of Washington. Now, as for the girls team, Archbishop Mitty Senior Morgan Shelley made an appearance as a starter on the West squad. These pictures here she took before the McDonald's All-American game, and her coach says in typical fashion she set up her teammates for some automatic buckets with on-time and on-target passes. Shelley headed to UConn in the fall, a dream school for her. And a week after that, the McDonald's All-American appearance at Houston, Mitty head coach Sue Phillips led Team USA as head coach at the annual Nike Hoop Summit in Portland, Oregon. Shelley also made an appearance at that game. The Nike Hoop Summit showcases America's top men's and women's high school seniors against the best players from all around the world who are 19 years old or younger. Congrats to Team USA on their 83-80 win over the world team. Well, turning our focus now to tennis, and what's happening on some Bay Area courts is changing lives for athletes with autism. During this Autism Awareness Month, we are highlighting a group of student volunteers in Danville who are making tennis adaptive and inclusive for dozens of athletes on the spectrum.
The national nonprofit Acing Autism is serving up confidence, growth, and a love of the game by teaching tennis to athletes on the autism spectrum. Neil Chandran started this local program a year and a half ago at Monte Vista High School.
I've had multiple family friends with children on the autism spectrum, and one thing I've noticed when I speak to them is the limited access to programs that children with autism have in our area. And that's when I came across Acing Autism, and I saw that the nearest chapter was an hour away in Los Altos.
He volunteered for a few weeks, saw the impact on athletes from improved hand-eye coordination to social skills. He recruited student volunteers around the East Bay to open up the Danville chapter.
I feel like I'm genuinely making a difference in these kids' lives, and it's really touching to me because I get to see the smiles on their faces when they win a point or when they win red light, green light, and it just makes me feel amazing. There's no other feeling like it.
One of those smiling participants is 15-year-old Drew Karuba.
My favorite part of the camp is playing tennis, being with Neil and Dylan, and Neil's family is so good. They help, they organize the shirts, they put snacks.
His father exposed him to different sports, but tennis is his ace.
And I'm so good in tennis, like I never knew I'll be good in tennis.
So the first time we came on board with Neil and his group, it was quite a revelation that Drew was enjoying so much, having so much fun.
The camps run in 6-week cycles and have helped dozens of athletes with autism.
And if challenges ever do pop up, we do our best to try and work around them, give them the breaks they need, and really just help them find that passion and fun when it comes to playing tennis. I've been playing since I was 10 years old, and you always feel like you have your team there to support you. And that's the type of message we really want to instill with Acing Autism, having that team to support you, as well as having those interactions with both your peers and your coaches.
Chandran hopes other Bay Area students will start Acing Autism chapters of their own to expand access to adaptive and inclusive tennis.
This is simply great, and I wish this can continue for however long it can, and can probably expand to more areas within the Bay Area counties, so that there are so many other kids like my own who can benefit from such program.
Go Acing Autism.
Facing Autism runs across 32 states, and if you are interested in starting your own program in your community, you can visit acingautism.org.
I partnered with La Burrita in order to create a special edition menu item called the Mendoza Burrito.
Up next, one of Cal's quarterbacks is raising money for a cause close to his heart. More on his journey to UC Berkeley and why he's created the Mendoza Burrito.
I'm Lauren Collier. I play soccer at Archbishop Mitty High School, and you're watching Sports Focus on KTVU Fox 2.
Welcome back. Quite a journey for Cal's quarterback, a redshirt freshman who was buried on the depth chart, who worked his way up from third string to starter and led the offense to 3 40-plus point games in his first 5 starts. What may be even more impressive is what he is doing off the field for a cause close to his heart. As Jason Applebaum tells us, there is a whole lot more to this person, this athlete, than just his stats.
La Burrita is a popular Mexican restaurant right off Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley near the Cal campus. Among its menu selections is the newly released Mendoza Burrito, a Cuban-inspired meal that features rice, beans, carne asada, and chimichurri sauce. But the best ingredient is the meaning behind it.
On first down, Mendoza, the play action. Hit as he throws, and it's Grizel. The catch, and Grizel is gone. And what a performance by Fernando Mendoza.
The Mendoza Burrito is the brainchild of Cal quarterback Fernando Mendoza, a Miami native of Cuban descent.
3rd and goal. He escapes. Mendoza flips.
Mendoza burst on the scene as a redshirt freshman last season, inserted into the starting lineup mid-season, instantly giving the offense a spark, leading the Bears to their first bowl game in 4 years.
The culture of the Cal football team is regressing at an exponential rate.
And so is Mendoza's improbable college football career. Coming out of high school,
I was not a very highly touted recruit. I believe I was a 2-star on many platforms.
A 2-star recruit, but with a 5.2 GPA, which led to one solid offer to play football from prestigious Yale. Mendoza was on his way to the Ivy League University when the Cal Bears came a-calling.
Really cool story. Was a under-recruited guy, gets this opportunity to sign late with the Bears. He's going to have to settle in here quickly.
Like I told Coach Wilcox, it was the best. I told him that I would make sure that would be the best decision he's ever made.
It's a line he admits he borrowed from his boyhood idol, 6-time Super Bowl champion Tom Brady, who, like Mendoza, was passed on and overlooked coming out of college.
Theoretically, I wasn't supposed to be here, but let me make the best out of my opportunity. The only way to go is up. The only way to go is up. I have nothing to lose. Let me work my butt off.
Mendoza is uberly competitive and relentlessly positive. So where does that positivity come from?
I would say it comes from my mom. My mom has multiple sclerosis, and despite that, she's the most positive and uplifting person I know. My mom is my role model, but my mom has really helped me persevere and develop that relentlessness.
So with his mother in mind, he partnered with La Burrita on a fundraiser to help fight MS.
I partnered with La Burrita in order to create a special edition menu item called the Mendoza Burrito. None of this would have been possible without the unconditional love and support from my mother. I was like, why not do something that'd be super cool, which is have a burrito, but also do it for a great cause, and a cause really deep in my heart.
Roughly $2 from each Mendoza burrito goes directly to the National MS Society to help fund research, programs, and services for those living with the disease.
Chuy, ¿cómo está, mi amigo?
Of course, we couldn't miss out on a chance to contribute to a good cause and test out the Mendoza.
Well, it is a very good burrito, my friend.
And just like this 20-year-old has approached most everything in his life, from his academics to his accomplishments on the field, Fernando Mendoza is making the best of this opportunity with the goal of creating a world free of MS. Jason Applebaum for Sports Focus.
It's only been about a month, but Mendoza has already raised more than $2,000 and counting for MS.
This competitive spirit, I think, is pretty healthy because it's not just competition with others, it's also competition with myself.
Up next, she is dedicated to her studies and passionate about running. A conversation with this Milpitas High School athlete and the award she just received.
Hello, my name is Idan. I go to Berkeley High. I play football and do weightlifting, and you're watching Sports Focus. That's the one.
Welcome back. San Jose State's women's gymnastics team just wrapped up a season to be proud of. They posted this video on social media after competing in the NCAA regional tournament that was held at UC Berkeley. 3 members of the squad qualified to the second round, competing in the all-around, beam, vault, and floor. Lauren McPherson, Catherine Waymiller, and Jada Missouri placed in the top 9, and we caught up with the head coach before that big competition.
We do better when we, like, if you have to compete against better competition, if you're going against this, it's like that helps you raise your game. And I'm a true believer in you have to see what's out there and you've got to compete against those programs.
The women's gymnastics team just wrapped up their season. They will be back on Monday training for next season already. A 17-year-old senior at Milpitas High School is being honored and recognized for her work in school and community service, her leadership qualities. She is a 2-sport athlete, and as captain of cross-country and track teams, she has a whole lot to be proud of. Here's our conversation with Carissa Lee, one of 6 statewide winners of the CIF Spirit of Sport Award, given to students who embody the intent and spirit of education-based athletics.
I've been running cross country and track and field for 6 years, actually, since middle school. And I love these sports because, first of all, I do love running. I do enjoy running. And second of all, I think it's a great testament to my perseverance and resilience as a person, not just an athlete overall. I primarily run the 800, and I've done basically all the distances in between 200 and 3,200.
Talk to us about the honors that you received.
It was the CIF Spirit of Sport Award, and I received a trophy, a patch, and a scholarship of $2.5K, and it was truly an honor. I put together an application and I submitted it with the help and support of my athletics director, Ms. Butcher. And in it, I basically wrote about my activities and what I've done in athletics and community service. And this competitive spirit, I think, is pretty healthy because it's not just competition with others, it's also competition with myself and telling myself to be the best version I can be. So I am currently the board director of LEO Club, which stands for Leadership Experience Opportunity at our school. And we provide like community service opportunities for our members. And we also participate in a lot of these as well. We recently held a blanket drive for a homeless shelter, and I think it's just a very excellent way of giving back to the community because obviously as a student here, I am very privileged, and I think giving back to the community is something that we should all do. I am also the founder and president of Sage Education, which is an extracurricular like tutoring organization, and we tutor kids from grades K through 12 in a variety of subjects like math and English.
It also says here that you're president of the math club, so you kind of juggle all of these things. Like, what's the key? What's the secret to juggling all your success?
I think it's really liking what you do. I really do adore math, and I love participating in a lot of math competitions and also interacting with other people in the club and getting to collaborate with them on some of these math problems and improving myself in the academic aspect as well.
What age did you know I'm really good at running?
I think this was back in 4th grade, actually. We would run like once a morning, like on the blacktop. And my 4th grade teacher told me, wow, Carissa, you're a really fast runner. And she actually pulled me out to race against a guy who was 1 year older than me.
What's next for you?
I would love to continue running in college. I just don't think it would be at a professional level, but definitely I'm looking forward to joining some clubs at school and running on the side as a hobby.
Carissa is a National Merit finalist. Her options for college include UCLA, UC Berkeley, and USC. By the way, she's on the wait list at MIT and Princeton. Incredible. Up next, a special night at Shea Center. The Warriors celebrate state basketball champions from an Oakland high school.
Oakland, and I'm going to the Joyce Eden School. And next year, I'm going to Monte Vista High School. I love to play volleyball and tennis. And I think that volleyball and tennis are a great way to meet new people, and sports are just a great way to have fun.
An unforgettable experience for the Oakland Tech High School boys basketball team. The Warriors gave them special recognitions earlier this month for winning their first state championship. Our own Amber Lee was at Chase Center that night.
Oakland Tech High School boys basketball team enjoys the thrill of being honored by the Golden State Warriors at Chase Center.
Certainly is the charm for the Bulldogs.
It follows the thrill of the team's first ever state championship victory.
This is super exciting. Watching pro players play basketball in a big venue and having our own suite is amazing.
Oakland Tech Bulldogs state championship win last month. They're wearing white jerseys against Bakerfield's Centennial High, capped a season of 30 wins and 5 losses.
We worked really hard for this moment the whole year, from like morning practices after school, so it was good to be recognized.
The players tell me basketball has taught them grit and tenacity on and off the court.
Everything isn't going to be given to you. You have to work hard for it.
They credit basketball for keeping them safe from the gun violence that has claimed the lives of peers.
It's kept me away from trouble, growing up in Oakland, it's pretty hard, but, sports always keeps me focused.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
The Bulldogs head coach Correga Hart meets Warriors coach Steve Kerr as part of the festivities. Hart grew up in Oakland and graduated from Oakland Tech, giving back to the school that shaped him.
It's a family environment. We try to make sure that everyone is a part, regardless of how many minutes that they play.
I ask the kids to be who they are, love what they do, make a difference, and change the world.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Ardarius Grayson, number 0, is the Oakland Athletic League MVP. The 16-year-old tells me he and his 3 siblings are being raised by their grandfather. He says life's challenges are lessons.
The most important thing I will learn is resiliency. I would say fighting through everything even when you don't feel like you can fight anymore.
With the exception of 4 graduating seniors, most of these players will be back, they say, for another winning season. They won't be resting. They're preparing to play in the Summer League. At Chase Center in San Francisco, Amber Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
All right, we are looking for the next incredible high school student athletes to feature. Please send us your self-recorded clips with your name, sport, what you're looking forward to, or if you have a story you think we should hear, please send us an email to newstips@fox.com. We look forward to putting the focus on your sport next. Thanks so much for joining us on this edition of Sports Focus. I'm Christina Rendon, and I'll see you next time.